Hey there and welcome to this video. I want to use this one to look back on 2024 and talk a little bit about the different videos I've posted and storylines and also video series, but also to talk about my plans for the next year for 2025. And I'm gonna start with the Sims 3 Showtime series, which I have not posted anything I think this year or in 2024. This is just a note to myself because I have about 50 videos or so recorded in this series and I kind of want to edit them and get them finished. I don't know when I will keep posting them. One of the reasons why I stopped posting them was because I had the crazy idea that it would be interesting to play with an entire lifetime before the Sim is born and have played it through the entire timeline, which obviously takes some time. But moving on to another Sims 3 series, let's talk about Island Paradise just for a second. This was one of my least favorite series of the year. I don't know, I like the pack features, I like the idea of building up a resort and kind of like this Rex to Riches gameplay, and also I like to discover all those different islands. I'm also not sure if I've discovered them all together. I also like the storyline. I like the opportunity to now play also with a mermaid because she had like a mermaid daughter, so it would be interesting to play with her if I continue to play, but for some reason I just didn't enjoy it. I just wasn't really excited about it. Something was off. And I don't know, I just didn't enjoy it. Unlike The Sims 4 Back to Basics, this series, this is just base game. No mods, no custom content, no packs, just base game. And I had so much more fun playing this. I was way more excited playing with this series than with Island Paradise. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with the Let's Plays in the next year. I might reduce them to some sort. I don't know yet how I'm gonna handle that or if I'm gonna change it, but I'm gonna talk about that more later, I think. But I like the idea of just playing with base game and then adding in another pack, and also use the save file to explore features, base game features, like also exploring the hidden worlds that come with the base game. So I kind of like the idea that with the second generation I could find like one world and then she moves to Willow Creek. Yeah, Willow Creek. Because there's also this tree world that they, the world that they can find through the tree. So it would be nice if she moves there and then her kid, discovers the hidden world there. But yeah, also I already have a storyline because I'm gonna add new packs as I'm going. So I'm gonna add packs to the series if I continue it. I think I will. I'm not quite sure if I'm continuing it as a Let's Play or something else. I'm not sure there. But yeah, I already have an idea because then I would add Get to Work. And so for her to become a cop, her mom being like the evil stealing thing and then she kind of being the contrast and being a cop. So I kind of like that idea. Moving on to high school years. I mean, it's not really called high school years. I think it's just the first few parts might have been called up because eventually Kat didn't go to high school anymore. I do like the storyline, not just Kat's but also Casey's, and I do have plans. I already recorded a part because I had the idea for her to start an affair with a neighbor. I might change it. I like the idea that she does have marriage problems with her husband and for them to break up. I like her storyline. Also, her hustling her way up, making money, earning money, getting her own store, which I also want to talk about the store. But I like the storyline, and also for her to have a difficult relationship, not only with her husband, but also with her son. So I like the idea that she might start an affair, especially since she is so jealous. I already started playing this, but then something happened why I didn't do that. Maybe the neighbor disappeared. I don't know. I placed a neighbor. Actually, it's one of the Tonys from Cottage Living. I thought it could be nice if she has an affair with him, but I might not do that. Usually, at least in The Sims 4, when my Sims break up, it's because one of them cheated or had an affair. And since they are already arguing and having trouble and she's jealous all the time, I think it could be nice that they break up or get a divorce even though no one cheated. I think I might even do that, so I'm kind of glad it did not work out. And I also I'm excited to see what happens with Casey, or not what happens because I already have plans for him, but I want him to explore Snowy Escape more, so to move to Mount Komorebi. My idea is to continue playing with Q, and that's also the interesting thing about Kat. She has kind of like a vibe that makes her a little bit disliking, if that makes sense. I don't know. So I'm thinking about continuing with Q, and he takes both kids, even though Casey's not his son, and moves back to Mount Komorebi, what he wanted to do with Kat, and she wanted to buy the store. And so that Casey can do all the Snowy Escape stuff, like going hiking, snowboarding, rock climbing, even climb the mountain at some point. And I think in one video I even talked about him having like an adventure buddy. I think even the one that what was her name, Sarah? Yeah, I think I should rewatch that part. Not quite sure. But you know, that they do all those adventurous stuff that comes with Snowy Escape. And next to that, I also wanted him to become a detective. And same like with Back to Basics, I'm not quite sure where the series is going, if I'm gonna continue this as a Let's Play, or if it's more turning into another type of video, kind of similar to the Market Magnet series, which probably, if I'm saying, even if you're watching this, you might not know what I'm talking about. But this is more for me actually to look back on, so it doesn't matter, I guess. But before I move on to the next series, I want to talk about the shop or the store that Kat bought, because this also got me really excited, because I had the idea, I think because I was working on a post or a post pack for the opening event. Thought it would be nice if she and Kyo could pose for a photo for the event. That's why I wanted her to have an opening event. I then noticed that you can't have social events on a retail lot, so I made my own, and that got me really excited working on a mod, even though it was quite easy to do because I used the mod constructor. But I also want to mention that because I also started getting a little bit into modding, not just there, but also, you know, looking in the files, looking at Sims 4 Studio and the different tunings, and it's quite interesting. I still just understand like a tiny bit. It's such a small fraction. I don't think it's even 1%, but it seems so complex to me still. So I do want to get into this a little bit more in 2025. I was really excited playing that and seeing this in game, and it's so, I don't know, it's something, you know, something that I was really proud of and really excited for. So I obviously wanted to mention that as well. Moving on, I already kind of mentioned it at some point. Market Magnet. This is one of my favorite series, and it's wild because one of those videos actually is my most popular video on the channel. I don't know why, but I'm actually glad it's this one because it had a custom animation in there, and I'm super proud of this video because it has an animation. It's not the only video with an animation. I think in the Growing Together series there's also an animation. Even in the Sims 3 Showtime series there's a part with an animation. It does look self-made, if that makes sense. You can tell it's not an EA animation, but I'm still very proud of that. I noticed how much watch time Growing Together gained, and was like, oh, okay, I might do this as a long form video format and see how this goes. And what I like about being it a little bit longer, that it's still very short. I mean, those videos are like a minute long or so. It allows me a little bit more freedom to edit. For example, you have a sim playing basketball. They are dribbling the ball, getting ready to throw it. It cuts to the ball going in and then cuts back to the sim cheering or being upset. And it's so much more fun and interesting to edit this than a normal Let's Play. And so that's also why I'm considering switching more to these types of videos. I was also looking a little bit into AI voices. It would be nice if you could take your Sim's voice and I record a voiceover and I could transform it into the Sim's voice. Obviously with AI you can change your voice to another one's. I don't know, I didn't find something that I was actually happy with because the text-to-speech always had a different sound, or sound that I didn't really like. So maybe I'm gonna do it with the text, and that's what I want to do next year or in 2025. I want to experiment with that. Maybe even try videos where I don't have any voiceover, because I do need the voiceover to explain what they're talking about. For example, when they were breaking up, and I'm talking about Market Magnet right now, when they were discussing, you know, realizing that one of them wants a child, the other one doesn't, so that's the reason they break up. I can't tell that just with images, just with the videos. I do have to explain it somehow. My other idea is what I want to try out is to just write the text and have it as subtitles, but I'm not sure if that's not annoying. So I don't know, I might figure or try out different things out in 2025, but I like having different camera angles and editing like this, so I want to do more like this in 2025. Oh, another thing I want to mention about Market Magnet is that I actually did have quite a long pause. I got kind of stuck a little bit because I wanted this to originally be like a 25-part series, and I wanted Casey to complete her aspiration, the Market Magnet aspiration, within the series, so that in part 25 she completes it. And because of the storytelling aspect, I wanted her storyline with Zeke to work out and to tell that storyline, but I also wanted her to finish the aspiration. I had already recorded up to, I think, posted video 20 and had 21 and 22 already recorded. I could have put them together into one, but I couldn't figure out how to fit the other videos in 3 or 4 parts. So I was like, oh dang, how am I gonna do this? And so I just decided to make it longer, make it a 35 part parts instead of 25 to have a bit more time. First of all, to get ambrosia. That was like one of the main struggles I had. That I was like, how is she gonna do that in a couple of days? Especially being summer. Pomegranates don't grow. I think they only grow in winter, so that was something where I was like, oh, how am I gonna do that? And it also takes a few days to grow. And then there was this whole pregnancy thing where I was like, okay. And so I decided to just change it and make it longer and change my plants. I'm really happy about that. To the next series, the Growing Together one. This is my other favorite series that I really enjoy making. I actually really like Jane and Orion's storyline because it seems to me like they have been together for so long. It doesn't feel like it happened this year. I feel like it could have happened last year, but in the beginning of the year, both of them were still teens, and so they were friends, kind of fell in love, but didn't want to risk their friendship. I even had the idea of them breaking up. It just didn't fit anymore. Also, I think because of Nila's pregnancy, it kind of got there a little bit because their relationship changed into difficult because they started arguing. At some point, there was so much happening, I think, that it just didn't really fit. But I like the idea that they break up as adults after they are broken up. They see old photos and then realize, oh, the reason that this was the reason why they didn't start dating earlier, because they didn't want to risk their friendship, and so that they then find their way back together. So that was an idea that I had. I'm not mad that it didn't work out. Could have been interesting. Also, I got really excited about the relationship that I kind of even played ahead before it happened. You can see here a screenshot of Nila, but not Nila. So I kind of played a little bit ahead without saving. So I had them date. Orion gets pregnant and has a kid, even though they weren't dating at the time yet, because I got so excited and then I just didn't save, or maybe I did. Also, another storyline idea that I had, I really wanted them to get together, but I also considered him ending up with Tomi. I kind of like the idea of them having kids, but I liked him and Orion much more. Also, I wanted him to have an affair with his professor, which then, I think because Kenji passed away, it didn't work out. I think I originally even played that they hooked up, but then I was like, no, it makes way more sense that he gets the call and reacts immediately and visits his mom, and then it never actually nothing more happened actually, and then he ended up with Orion, and I'm really happy that they did. But this was a storyline that I got really excited for, that I already played ahead to see what it could be like, because I couldn't wait for them actually to get together. And even though I really enjoy this series and I enjoy playing and making those videos, I have to take a little break for the series because Jane is the first sim from my second generation to pass away. So the first sim I've played an entire lifetime with. All the other sims that have passed away so far, also in other save files, so he would be the first one, generally speaking, not just in this save file. Every other sim had been a young adult when I started playing him, or playing them. He will be the first sim who passes away who I've been playing since birth. Obviously not till death, because then I continued playing with Nila, but he's the first sim who has an entire lifespan. And because of that, I would like to use the Life and Death expansion pack, but I do want to wait a little bit before getting it, because it doesn't make sense to get it just for this. I do like the aspect of funerals and grieving, and also heirlooms and wills, but I know from my Sims 3 experience that I don't always have my Sims throw a funeral, so I do want to wait a little bit longer until it's on sale and then get the pack. Moving on to another series that I started posting this year, or in 2024, was Posing Townies, and this is also one where I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna continue this in 2025. I'm thinking about maybe turning this into like a short series. I don't know quite yet, because I feel like that the versions that I have now are a bit too long. I don't know. I might change it a little bit. Maybe I'm gonna change the editing, that it's more like a speed posing clip. I like the idea of having photos or poses for each townie. So I kind of want to complete this. I'm just not quite sure how I'm gonna do this. Okay, and that's all about the different series of this year that I posted this year, and also not posted if I'm talking about the Sims 3 Showtime. But I also want to talk about some individual videos, especially my favorite one, which I'm probably gonna talk about last. First of all, the wish list video. I am super proud about this one because it took me so long, and I was actually contemplating, like, I was thinking like, this is not worth it. No one's gonna watch it. This doesn't make sense that I'm putting so much work and effort into it. But I just kept going because I had the voiceover, and I tried to fill in the gaps where I didn't have any footage, and so I made like different screenshots or different poses to have screenshots to fill in those blanks, and I really enjoyed the process. It was a maybe a bit tedious, and it was a lot, but I ended up being really, really proud because I just couldn't slap something together and post it. It could have been better, especially the voiceover here, probably too, because I'm just rambling on here. I did like how much effort I put into this, and I want to post more videos where I'm passionate about and where I do put a lot of hours in them. So I'm really, really proud of this because it had so many custom poses. And so yeah, I'm really happy about that one. This was one of my proud videos. Another one was when Lovestruck was announced and I saw the trailer and I saw how they were sitting and cuddling on the floor. Because these animations already exist for the bed, they're just not in the game, but the animation exists. I was like, I'm gonna make a video and pretend this feature is already in the game. And so I kind of used like a carpet blanket thingy. I don't know, it was so fun. Or maybe fun is the wrong word, but I kind of got excited about that. It took me a couple of hours to put it together, and it was somehow like I was trying to make a mod so that I could actually click there and have the interaction, because I wanted to look like I was using that feature that's not in the game yet. So I'm clicking on the ground and say like cuddle here. I kind of tried to add the interaction in there, and the interaction I think even showed up. It just obviously didn't do anything. I had to play the animation, so I used the animation, the in-game animation, tweaked it a little bit in Blender, and then had it played out with the post-player mod. The interaction I was shown wasn't combined with the animation, because that's what I don't know quite how to do yet. I think I did actually one test where I was kind of trying this following a tutorial, but I'm not aware also about the positioning and the rooting and all this kind of stuff. So I'm hoping to get better there. By the way, speaking of mods, my plan would be, because there are these animations, to have like a mod where you can actually click on the bed, that both Sims could relax, and then while they're relaxing they could do those animations that they can do on the blankets, that they can cuddle or kiss or make out, that these animations would exist in the game. Also, I was thinking to even make this a series, like a modding series, to show the struggles and show where I'm not aware or where I'm kind of stuck and how I fix those issues. Okay, maybe moving on. One video that I don't really have posted yet, but that is definitely planned, is a dance video to Taylor Swift's Shake It Off. I wanted to finish that this year or in 2024 and then upload on New Year's Eve. I'm recording this on the 20th of December, and I don't want to stress myself now getting this ready. I will post the actual finished video sometime in 2025, and on New Year's Eve I might just post a progress video. By the way, I've been working on this for over 15 hours. It might still take me a couple of hours to finish that one. I saved my favorite video for last. I had it titled everywhere under Love Is Gone, but the official, the title that I used when I uploaded was, I think, something different. But Love Is Gone is the song that I used for this video, because I heard it maybe on the radio or on a streaming platform, I'm not sure, but I heard it and I was like, oh, that's a cool song for video. This is my absolute favorite video that I've made the entire year, or in general maybe even. I absolutely love this video, because I talked earlier about the idea of having Jaden and Orion break up. The video kind of tells the story even though it did not happen, because I used Jaden and Orion in the video, and this is the one video that I sometimes watch, and I watch over and over. And it was also nice to see this coming together, because also there I used custom animations, not for all of them. There are some EA animations in there as well, but especially the beginning. This is my absolute favorite video, and I'm so proud of how it turns out. Again, could be better at some point, with the animations. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I want to make more videos like this, these standalone videos. Now, before I end the video, I kind of also have a few notes about my plans for 2025. As I already mentioned, I'm not quite sure how to continue the Let's Plays. I still might do one. I'm not quite sure if it's either back to basics or the normal, with Kat and Kyo Casey Let's Play, or if I'm gonna turn them more into a Market Magnet style series. I don't know quite yet. I also have some other series planned that are more like the Market Magnet style. I might try using subtitles, or maybe even no text at all if it's not necessary. Maybe do a little less voiceovers just to have more freedom when it comes to editing. But I'm gonna experiment a little bit with that. I also want to make more posing videos, and I want to make them also more based on community polls, because this is also something that I did this year, that I kind of made like polls. I only use my own poses, so if I need a specific pose I can just make that. So I don't know know where there might be a lack of. I thought I might do like community polls to find out what people are looking for or have trouble finding. I don't know, I like the idea of making like a community based post pack. I want to post more of those polls and make post packs based on that, and also share the process as a video. I might even consider making tutorials, maybe not quite about modding, maybe a little bit. I don't want to use this as filler videos, and I kind of want to avoid filler videos, but also kind of want to use them because it's easier. I don't know if that makes sense, but I only want to post tutorials where there aren't any tutorials there yet. So for example, more a video of how to make poses instead of how to use or install them. Same with mods. There are plenty of videos out there about how to install mods, so I don't want to post anything like that. But when it comes to making it, there's a lack of, there's not that much yet. So I might add on to that that's already there. So that makes just more sense to me. Also because to me, build videos are more filler videos, obviously not for others. I still have some recorded, but I wanted to post videos that are either about storytelling, like a Let's Play or the Market Magnet series, or that are helpful, like gameplay ideas or where to find stuff, or you know, videos like those posing videos. But I'm not sure if I want to upload many build videos. I still have plenty recorded, so I might just share those. I don't know, I want to post more videos that I'm proud of, like I'm just gonna say Love Is Gone video, even though the title on YouTube is a different one. I want to post more like that and have more videos that take a lot of time. I also will have videos that are easier to produce and to make, but I want to have a few where I'm really proud of, where I put a lot of effort into them, because that gets me excited and happy, and also it's so much more rewarding to see a finished video if you put a lot of time into that. Yeah, I'm also excited to see the finished dance video. We'll see when I post that. But yeah, I think I hope I didn't forget anything. Well, anyways, I'm gonna end this video here. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd be surprised if you're still here. If so, have a wonderful day, and maybe I'll see you on the next one. Bye. And a happy new year if you're watching this around New Year's. One quick thing that I actually forgot, which I also didn't take a note of. I want to play through all the features because I have this list and I have or at this point it's just one, but I also want to post another one of all the firsts that I had this year in The Sims and The Sims 4 with packs that I already had, because I still have quite the long list and there are so many careers that I haven't played yet, so many skills none of my Sims have mastered yet. Kind of want to complete this list next year or in 2025.